Hi, it's Brittany. This is vlog number 10. It's 10. I'm in the middle of doing my nails. I hope you don't think it's too rude. I'm pressed for time as tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I wasn't going to go over to see Mom with a bunch of chipped nails. She got married again after my father passed away a long time ago. And she married a great guy. I've had my rough starts with him and stuff. You know, I see the world like a girl does. And sometimes, you know, I would get into it with him because, you know, he would do the typical stuff guys do. And just pissed me off, you know. So, you know, the thing is that, and this is, we'll talk about this for a minute. While you're transitioning, and I'm not trying to get in your face or anything, I'm just sort of leaning forward and leaning back to save my BACK back, which has been bugging me a bit. While you're transitioning, people are going to call you sir. Now, this is going to get on your nerves like you don't know. And you must be wondering, well, what can I do about that? Well, you can do what you want about it if you want to do something about it. So, what is at hand is that they're going to say what they want to say, and you're not going to stop them. The only thing you can do is adjust your reaction to what they say. Like I told you, say it again, just for effect. There's only two bathrooms: men's bathroom, women's bathroom. People on this planet, they don't differentiate to a third choice. So you're either Miss or Mrs. or Ma'am or Hey Lady or something like that, or you're, you know, Sir or whatever. Sorry, I'm not doing it for drama. I'm doing it because I can't touch my nails on my fingers. And it's in my face. So, you know, while you're transitioning, and you may look a little rough some days, you may look a lot rough some days. It doesn't really matter. If someone says something to you like that, and it makes you pause, may even make you angry and you want to punch them in the nose, just forget it. It's irrelevant. They don't know any better. This is not, they're not after you. They don't know you per se, or they might. You know, it could be your mom calling you by your boy name. It could be the guy in the gas station calling you sir when he asks you what pump you're at. It could be all kinds of garbage. Go to get your car fixed. You know, I'm going to go get my car fixed tomorrow. Who knows what they're going to say to me. And you see the nails. You know, I made a commitment the other day that I was going to go with makeup and all that stuff. And I could go low, you know, I sometimes go low drama and sometimes I go high drama. And because I'm 5 foot, almost a 5'11", 5'10" and a half. And I have a love for heels. Between 2 and like 5.5 inches. You know, I'm going to get called out sometimes, potentially. And I don't care. You know, I really don't. Some of these girls are going stealth, which means that at some point they will burn every friendship bridge they have in order to, what they think is, save their own butts from being discovered. I don't care how flawless they are. In the end, they could out themselves. We all know that you can't have kids if you're not a biological woman. You know, this is not the 23rd century and it hasn't happened yet. So, you know, he might find out like that even if she's, you know, lovely, flawless. I can't do it, but, you know, when I was in New York, we used to do like, you know, she's, I don't know, flawless or whatever, but, people are gonna say stuff, and you just have to just, you know, always keep in mind what your goal is. Your goal is finishing what you started. You know, don't leave a trail of dead bodies behind you. It's a nail file I'm using to move my hair. Don't leave a trail of dead bodies behind you for people who say stuff to you don't like. Don't do what the girl did in Kill Bill 1, which is she kept a list of people she wanted to whack. You can't do that either. Whatever people are going to say to you, they're going to say. Don't hold a grudge. They don't even, they really don't get it. Trust me, almost without exception, they don't get it. Now, here comes the flip side. There will come a point where you will pass. You may not even be full-time yet. You may not even be on hormones yet. I've seen girls, trans girls, watching the clock, who are so amazing, and you know who you are, that hormones, while a necessity, and by the way, whether or not you think you need them, you need them. And if you are, if you've already had your bottom surgery and you're not on your hormones still, which is basically half your estrogen dose that you were on before, you're making an enormous mistake. Enormous. And I'm not going to tell you why. Go ask your OBGYN or your endocrinologist. You will eventually pass. And then they're going to start calling you ma'am. And boy, you know, I've had episodes where that happens to me already, occasionally. You don't necessarily have to be dressed up in heels or some kind of certain circumstances or something like that. Women have, one thing women have in common, at least, well, I'll say most women, is that most of them are polished. They won't go out looking like they were underneath the house looking for rats, you know. It's a strange thing to say. They won't look nasty, you know. I don't care. Phrase anything you want. Doesn't really matter. Whatever rings your bell. If you look polished, and I've been called ma'am with no makeup on. I don't know. I'm a bit long face. Some people call it horse face. If you're biological male, you know, and this is your destiny, you might also be, and some of that is correctable in the operating room at the hands of a good plastic surgeon. I'm almost finished with my nails. And FFS, facial feminization surgery, is a highly valuable thing. And from my perspective, you want it. And that's one of the things you have to plan for, as I was saying about planning. A wide variety of people might watch this video who know me, and they're going to draw whatever conclusions they're going to draw. The reason I took so long to post to YouTube, in terms of, I've been a member for years, is that I was waiting for a certain point in my life mentally where I knew that I was 100% resolute that I was going to do what I was going to do, that I wasn't going to vacillate, shift gears, back out, nothing. Nothing was going to deter me. You know, short of nuclear war, there's nothing that's going to deter me. You should know where you are in your head about this. Being transgender, most people will say, oh, I was born that way, or, you know, it's from a young age. And for me it was maybe 5, 6 years old, playing in mom's makeup regularly, playing, you know, in her lingerie and on her, wearing her, wearing shoes and stuff like that. Just, basic stuff. And you have those feelings that, you were born the wrong sex, all that stuff. Some girls, this comes out later, some girls start out, I don't know, I guess homosexual, and then they switch over. If this is your case, and believe it or not, there are some girls out there who do this, who switch for money. In other words, it makes them more valuable in, I don't know, if they're professionally lying on their back, shall we say. I'm not going to be any more clear than that. That's as clear as I'll be. If they're making money off of this, they may actually do it for money. It's bizarre. Don't transition for anything but the purest of reasons. It's not for anyone else, and it's for exactly why everybody should be doing it, which is because you are trying to line up the outside with what you feel on the inside, and which doesn't currently line up. In other words, you feel like a girl inside, and you were born a guy. So we all feel like, we got royally screwed. I do. People can argue that God didn't make mistakes. I'm not going to get into religious anything. I'm just going to say that scientifically speaking, they can also argue that being transgender is due to a potential chemical anomaly in the womb long before you pop your head out and say hi. Right? So who can really say why? So I'm not quite clear on any of it, and I would never pretend that I am. Wrapping up this video, if you haven't talked to your parents, just talk to them. You think your father's going to beat the crap out of you because you tell him? Take the chance and take the beating. If in other words, it's worth finding out whether or not you will get a beating. It's better than waiting years and finding out your parents were in complete support of you and you stayed quiet for no goddamn reason other than you were scared. How stupid is that? What a waste of time. I know this is harsh, and somehow or other you must think, I'm an ass for saying this, and I don't know who you are and all this other stuff, but trust me, most likely if you're holding on to this, it's because you're scared of what other people think, whether it's your friends, or your family, or your relatives, or something like that. I'm not saying you shouldn't care about what your parents think of you, but if your parents, under the assumption, your parents are generally good people anyway, they're going to support you no matter what. If they have some kind of issue, like mental issue or alcohol or something like that, it doesn't matter whether you say nothing or you tell them everything. Their issues are still going to be theirs, and just don't make them yours. You have to live your own life, and you should be wasting time because somebody else may or may not be mentally all there. Just do it. If you think, and this is quick, and maybe I should, maybe I'll spend more time on this. Perhaps I will. If you think that your friends are going to have an objection about this, or they're not going to like you anymore and stuff like that, you may lose some friends. Ultimately, if they disappear, like rats jumping overboard while the ship is sinking, sort of thing, the proverbial ship, and it's not sinking in your case, it's just turning into something else, then they were never your friends. Alright? They're never your friends. I'm going to wrap up this video. This is number 10, and we're going to talk about some of these things in the next video, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye. Oh yeah, I'm going to do damage yet.